back during the summer fun and game season. This time, we'll review TPOT 5 and 6. Will the failed defeaters or the exiters finally return? Will Teardrop finally be up for elimination? Let's just review TPOT 5 first, then TPOT 6, and some final verdict about both of these episodes. Let's deep into this. Yellowface begins the episode with an advertisement intending to demonstrate how to kill and revive a funny plant. Various methods of killing the plant are depicted, such as using pool water, fire, explosions, vomit, and more. Subsequently, a swimming pool is introduced, which two had purchased in the hopes of reviving one of the funny plants. Additionally, a table is brought forth, displaying 6 shiny, white plates. The teams, up for elimination, become intrigued by the plates until Pillow smashes one. She is on the verge of smashing the remaining plates when Two intervenes and stops her. They assign Rocky the responsibility of looking after the plates. Well, some people have been killed, which is not going to be a good start when it comes to death toll. But they can get recovered unlike one object show character, who is bot. I'm not gonna talk about Invitational, let's talk about Cake at Steak instead. The prize at Cake at Steak is ramen noodles. As each contestant is declared safe, Pillow throws them off the hotel's roof. The way our price tag screams is finally clean, unlike TPOT 2.
Pillow, what are you doing?
Oh, I was gonna try putting you in this time.
Are you serious? I'll die!
That's fine.
Wait, no!
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, self-inflicted wound.
Luckily, Two saves each of them with the noodles. Naily and Remote are eliminated as they are seen eliminated by Two zooming their hand up to the camera and closing it, making the two disappear. Once again, I like to stress, what's the point of disappearing the eliminated contestants instead of clapping them into the hotel just to tease these failed defeaters fans so they won't see them rejoin? It's a never-ending disappointment right here. The BFDI did this better.
My disappointment
well for my name either.
is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
Pillow then cuts the ramen noodles, holding up the other contestants safe, making them fall into the pool. A huge splash causes the plates to go rolling onto the steepest hill in the grasslands, the zoomy ramp of Yoil Legend, and some clouds accelerating at a faster pace to keep up with the Earth's rotation due to daylight saving time, and finally into the Goiki Canal. As Two screams in agony for their plates, the intro starts.
The strongest team on Earth!
Two explains the 5th contest after the plates sank into the Goiki Canal. The challenge was to retrieve the 5 plates from the Goiki Canal and the 2 teams that do not would be up for elimination. Fanny yells that she hates water and questions about her team's strategy. Marker says that they would simply dive in the canal and hold their breath and look for the plates. Then Lightning asks how they will communicate underwater. Marker responds, saying that he took a Yoil dance class taught him how to speak through dance. Fanny and Tree both read through the book and learn how to speak through dance. Black Hole has concerns that they can hold their breath forever, to which Marker says they'll prevent death by holding their breath. Tree dances saying, worth a shot, I guess. And they head into the water. Lightning replies that the plan is genius, much to Black Hole's disappointment. These dances are cool. Maybe I can use these sounds for my episodes once they don't wear any scuba clothing. Anyway, back to the episode. Basketball informs her team that her and Robot Flower have been working on breathable bubbles, which allow them to breathe underwater. Golf Ball laughs, saying that's nothing compared to the giant robot fish monster that she built. As she's explaining it to her team, the strongest team on Earth steals the machine and takes it underwater with Basketball, telling Golf Ball that she shouldn't have been too cocky. The strongest team on Earth then notice that they accidentally captured TV, but they don't let him go. Kuin shows his team the stuff for yourself online store. Donut uses it to buy a fishing rod and attempts to grab the plates with it. However, according to Pin, the plates are miles underwater, meaning the fishing rod is unable to grab any of them. Coiny attempts to tell the team what they need but is interrupted by Pin. She orders a vacuum cleaner to suck up the water, but it explodes before any progress is done. Kuin tells the team that they need the world's strongest magnet. However, before he is done explaining, the entire team attempts to order random things. Kuin is able to order the magnet, but because of the team's fiddly hands, the magnet is ordered to Yellowface's factory, which is 2,762 miles away, slightly confusing Pin. Needle wraps the team to get to the nearest train. Jake thanks Pillow for giving him an idea to jump from a high height in order to find the place. Pillow changes the definition of gravity in book in order to make it so that they can use items from the canal as an infinite staircase into the sky. The teammates are shown on the slowest train ever, so Bartmeg scribbles out slowest and scribbles the word fastest, causing the train to move a lot faster. Why does Bartmeg doesn't spill when she's upside down? That's unrealistic. Are You Okay has no choice but to use the breathable bubbles. Since there are only 6 bubbles, Golfwall tells Puffwall to sit the challenge out again. Fright confronts Golfwall for being mean to Puffwall again, and the two decide that they'll sabotage the other teams. Eraser wants to mess with Teardrop, but she jumps into the canal and merges with it. Are You Okay? Then hop into their bubbles and go into the canal. And don't remind me about the worst Teapot episode of the year in my opinion.
Someone by accident.
Let me go, pretty please.
Sorry, TV. You're officially in the hostage zone.
Hello, TV.
Hello.
Remember when I said about if somebody kills Winner, then I'm going to ship them to Madagascar to be with the little lemurs, so they can sing I like to move it, move it. Well, since nobody actually killed them, but here's the worst part about this episode, for those who never wanted Winner to die until Season 5 concludes. The S isn't sure what to do for the challenge until Fries and Puffball give them a shovel to dig under the canal. To their surprise, the team ends up actually doing it. However, this results in the team dying multiple times. This is the most stupidest and the most tragic part about this episode. Yellowface should have dug the canal instead of Winner. Why? Because we wanted to prevent Winner's death. But no, since they died. That means there's no more contestants who competed Teapot without dying once. Wah 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 wah. Now I'm going to cry in the corner. Goo 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 goo.
Here's the shovel. Why don't you just dig under the canal?
I doubt they'd fall for that. Wait, they're doing it.
This idea is grand. That was so nice of Fries to give us the shovel.
No! Really?
No,
that's how it died! Oh my god!
Clock.
Stupid.
Thank you, Rocky.
I'm
Winner.
Stupid.
Try again, team.
Finally, now the strategy seems to be paying off.
A baby zombie.
Frustrated, Winner throws the shovel and accidentally knocks Ice Cube into the canal, causing her to dissolve in the water, which causes it to get colder. This gives the team a new plan, to throw Ice Cube in the water until it freezes, trapping the contestants under the ice. And as for Ice Cube, that didn't matter surviving only the tiny size, because she could have died multiple times before the end of the season. It's impossible. Are You Okay ends up getting into a fight by bouncing their bubbles into each other. This results in tennis ball and golf ball bouncing into each other, with Eraser lending no help as he's fixated on chasing Teardrop. Marker, Tree, and Fanny are shown oil dancing underwater, and Fanny ends up drowning after seeing the dead bodies of Freesbert. Marker suggests that they stick to the surface and continue holding their breath. Teammates finally arrives to the warehouse and find the magnet that Kuin ordered. Basketball asks Snowball for a status report on how the team has been doing. Almost no progress was made as Snowball crashed the robot a couple times and drove on land to order from a drive-thru. Grassy spoke to some fish and Bell, tried and failed to steer the robot. TV tries to convince Robot Flower to blow up the robot before things get out of hand, but Robot Flower refuses as she wants to stick by her team. Puffball and Fries spotted just not flying into the sky and decide to sabotage them next. Puffball bites onto Nickel, so Pillow ignites Bombi and throws him at her. She dodges the explosion and Nickel is sent falling. Puffball and Fries continue chasing, just not with Black Hole and Lightning watching the mayhem from a distance. The S finally manages to freeze the lake, leaving them with nothing to do but wait until someone tries to come up. Eraser was still chasing Teardrop, but Teardrop stops and signals to Eraser that she wants him to follow her. Eraser is confused but decides to go along with. She ends up leading him to the 5 plates before ditching him. Wait, so Teardrop is purposely helping. Are you okay to win? That's uncanny. Eraser angers a fish monster with his presence and it starts to chase him. Before swimming away, Eraser grabs 2 plates and swims off. With Eraser and the fish both gone, Teardrop grabs the 3 remaining plates and heads to the surface. The rest of Are You Okay is still stuck bouncing into each other, with 10 golf balls still bickering with each other. Eraser arrives and warns them about the fish monster, which eats golf ball and tennis ball. Eraser tells Pen he has 2 plates, and that they need to get out of there. As Just Not continues to fly higher into the sky, they run into more hazards. Book notices lightning in the clouds and gets zapped by a bolt. Her death is debatable, means that you can't tell if Book died of zapping or not, causing her to fall. Cake spots a dragon up ahead, so Pillow throws him at the dragon's face, blinding it. Puffball and Fries both appear again, so Pillow throws price tag at Fries, knocking him off of Puffball, leaving only Puffball and Pillow in the air. Yes! Finally! Price tag has finally died on screen after all the complaints since TPOT 2!
Us! Your biggest foes yet! With me and Puffball in the way, there's nothing we can't! Well, didn't see that coming. At least the worst is over.
Oh! What a catch! What a catch!
Because in TPOT 2, this death is the worst, because everyone dies on screen, but not price tag.
Are you serious? I'll die!
This is the worst!
You've got to be kidding me.
Unsaved notes for TPOT 3, except there's few off-screen deaths.
Okay, and that should be everyone back.
This reminds me one time when someone plays Gollum and something happens off-screen so many times.
No! Off-screen! This whole time! There's a off-screen cutscene! The whole season. I can't see one kill! This is freaking baby shit!
So now, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Except when Winner died, Yellowface could have died instead. But let's talk about that later. At the warehouse, Kuin demonstrates the magnet's ability to select what it magnifies. Needle has an idea and tells Kuin to set the magnet to magnify the train. Kuin does so and Needle throws him and the magnet in front of the train. This causes the magnet to pull the train down the track at a fast speed. The fish monster from earlier stops chasing Eraser and Pen when it notices the robotic fish monster and swims up to it. Basketball realizes that it thinks they're a real fish. Bell uses this opportunity to ask the fish monster where the plates are, laughing at how easily they're tricking it. Robot Flower seems to be offended at her team for using a robot to deceive others. This causes her to go along with TV's plan from earlier and she sets the robot to self-destruct. This causes the robot to fill with water and sink. The fish monster swims downward to get the plates but bumps into Teardrop's face, causing her to drop the plates. Marker and Tree spot Pen and Eraser with plates, and they snatch the plates from them and then kick them down into the depths of the Gorky Canal. They try to reach the surface but it is frozen, then Winner breaks a part of it and steals a plate from Tree and they hand it to 2, making the S, being the first team safe. Tree sticks his head out of the hole Winner punched but can't squeeze through. He taps Lightning and Lightning zaps the ice, melting it. Tree hands him the plate and Lightning gives it to 2, making them the second team safe. Pillow falls out of the sky and into the water. The height she fell from allows her to sink deep enough to grab the plate and bring it to 2, making Just Not safe. Teardrop grabs one of the plates and emerges out of the water as 7 smaller versions of herself. The small teardrops then merge into each other until Teardrop is back to her normal size and she turns into plate. And oh man, when will this ever end? The most hated team refuses to be up for elimination means that Sakome is really annoying these people who wanted Teardrop to be up for elimination.
Hello, teardrops! Wow! The teardrops are fading fast! Because you're safe once again, TD!
It makes you feel like there's nothing too urgent going on. Like you're the one who's freaking up. It annoys me to the very core of my soul. Ever since I've played this team, I've had a personal vendetta against it.
This leaves only one safe spot left. The strongest team on Earth are stuck at the bottom of the lake and end up getting blown up when the breathable bubbles with Pen and Eraser inside collide into the machine. The explosion blasts Eraser and Pen to the surface with a plate, which lands right in front of Two. Eraser finally ran to the plate to pick it up and was about to hand it into Two until it got stolen from his hand by Kuin, who was using the world's strongest magnet that he brought back. He gives the plate to Two, granting teammates immunity, leaving RUOK and the strongest team on Earth up for elimination. That's what happens if RUOK is sabotaging this team along with Teardrop. Speaking of Teardrop, this season has done on purpose. Every team is up for elimination except for the fallen Teardrop.
So I want to close on that. And once again, just highlight the hypocritical nature of the current
TPOT season,
which is not doing its job. Because when
Teardrop
can be the
next team,
but not
just not.
The fish monster seen earlier mourns the death of the robotic fish monster and places the funny plant Grassy tried to feed it on the remains. And there! It's fitting that the fish monster mourns the death of not just the robotic fish monster, but the strongest team on Earth members died I didn't want to care about. But the only thing I mourn these death, it's winner. It made me feel emotional and angry. I'm just going to cry like Katie.
No more TPOT characters who never died.
I can't believe it. They
Die!
They
die! No! No!
This is the worst day of my life! I came here just to die. I want to die. I'm gonna kill myself.
There! I did it! I finally reviewed TPOT 5! Next up is TPOT 6. You know guys, for those who wanted Teardrop be up for elimination, there is some suspicious activity going on this season. Why do you ask? Because I prove you guys why Jack Jellify loves Teardrop so much that they'll never put this solo team be up for elimination and pisses people off.
This is why people say TPOT is the same game. Literally the same game every year. They know it's true that it's the same game. We know it's true that it's the same game. And yet idiots are still encouraging
Teardrop
and building Teardrop is a bottom line with the freaking Ultimate Team because they need a freaking roster update. F off. TPOT. This is beyond insulting.
TPOT 6 came out on June 25th, 2023 at California. I hope this season tops out in the other TPOT episodes that mostly sucked this year. And now, on July 9th, 2023, right before the prank panel, Celebrity Family Feud and the $100,000 Pyramids premiere. So I hope they have failed computers, exiters and more as we've seen in these leaks. I hope they're real. Let's review it. The episode starts with just not fighting a dragon for its gold stash, which was stolen by Nickel. Jake starts off the battle by attacking the dragon with spells. Before anyone can do anything else, Bombi, the team's healer, says that there's something wrong with it. Pillow seemingly gets bored, ignites Bombi, and throws him at the dragon. This is the second contestant who officially yawned. First time was Lollipop. This seems predictable since December of 2021. Anyways, this kills everyone and ends their 38-week-long campaign of Cookies and Dragons. Nickel starts complaining to Pillow but gets just by her. Jake yells at Golf Ball to bring them back to normal size as they were playing inside Tree. However, Golf Ball does not hear it, so Hook throws the Cookies Dragons box at her. Tree shakes the shrunken chestnut out of his head. However, the machine used to shrink just not can only do fat shrink. Luckily, 2 is able to get them back to full size. 2 tells just not that there's a ruckus going on outside the hotel. According to Racer, someone is giving out free food to the hotel's inhabitants. It's a miracle. These failed computers are back. Rubber spatula and Dizzy, welcome back.
Oi, what's happening, folks?
Free food inside the hotel.
Oh, are you talking about the meals made by our new hotel chefs?
It just smells so good. Who are these chefs? We demand to know.
Not only that, there's more.
Hold on here. I don't think we're done. There's another thing in there.
David and Dora?
What? That's clearly 4 and X.
Since that food is being made by the hotel's new chefs 4 and X, the host turned chefs aren't too keen on letting 2 have a bite, insisting the food is for the hotel inhabitants only. Kuin, in an attempt to get inside the hotel, disguises himself as a sandwich. However, 4 clearly sees through this disguise. 2 sees this as the perfect opportunity to start cake and steak.
Hey, 2! When you bake a cake, decorate and take it to the players who are safe. That's how you know it's cake and steak.
As 2 announces that the strongest team on Earth is up for elimination first, Snowball interrupts and rushes toward them, eager to steal the hotel meals created by 4 and X2, then introduces the prizes for those who are safe, which are file folders containing attack plans to bypass 4 and X, who are guarding the hotel entrance to protect the food. 2 announces that Grassy and Snowball are the first 2 to be safe on their team. Grassy receives a plan that instructs him to ride Snowball into 4 as a weapon. Grassy and Snowball attempt this, but 4 immediately zaps both of them. Another predictable moment since June 2022, where Grassy is electrocuted. Robot Flower and Bell are also safe, with Robot Flower receiving a plan to launch Robot Flower toward X. The scene cuts to Bell spinning Robot Flower and launching her at X. Upon impact, X exclaims, "Oh," and briefly levitates. Basketball and Eggy are in the bottom 2 on their team, and 2 describes the situation as a ball being eliminated. When Eggy corrects 2, stating that she's not a ball, 2 retracts his statement and announces that Basketball is safe. Basketball receives a plan to bounce on 4's head. The scene cuts to Basketball bouncing on 4's head, with 4 saying, "Oh," with each bounce. Eggy is eliminated, and 2 levitates her in the air, giving her a chance to say one final sentence. Eggy then says she will answer whether she came first or the chicken. However, 2 interrupts Eggy, explaining that she has already used her one sentence, and he makes Eggy vanish into thin air. I don't know what happened. I thought 2 will disappear Eggy out of disappointment.
Eggy's out with 2,404 votes. One last sentence, Eggy.
I will finally give the answer to if I came first or the chicken. So basically...
Oh, you used your one sentence up. Bye, Eggy.
What? Next up for elimination is Are You Okay? And 10 and Golf Ball are the first 2 to be declared safe. They receive a plan instructing them to use 10 as a sword. The scene cuts to Golf Ball using 10 as a sword to attack 4, who is using X to block her swings. 2 announces that TV, Puffball, and Racer are the next ones to be safe. They receive a plan to just go nuts. Eraser sarcastically comments on its creativity. 2 mentions that they ran out of ideas. The scene shows TV with Wheels and Puffball pushing in with her mouth toward 4, while Eraser holds on, building speed. The impact results in TV having a cracked screen, 4 unaffected. Fries and Tennis Ball are in the bottom 2. Puffball tells Fries that he is her only friend on their team, while Golf Ball tells Tennis Ball that he must be safe as he is the only team member loyal to her. 2 announces that Tennis Ball is safe and Fries is eliminated. Fries panics and orders Puffball to activate the elimination prevention plan. 2's hand briefly grows huge, obstructing Fries, causing him to disappear. Yet, a teasing disappointment in front of the failed computer's fans. Tennis Ball receives a plan to try to scare X. The scene cuts to Tennis Ball roaring and making various noises to frighten X. X tells 4 that Tennis Ball is steering him, and 4 immediately zaps Tennis Ball. Bark-Bag then approaches 4 and tries to bribe them some bark in exchange for food, to which 4 responds by crushing her with his fist. 2 whispers a plan to Snowball that involves 2 distracting 4 and X, while Snowball grabs a snack for them both. 2, making the sound of a watch, tells 4 and X that it's playtime and they have 5 minutes. 4 and X react with surprise and start flying around, giving Snowball the perfect opportunity to get inside the kitchen and ransack food. However, 4 notices Snowball on his way to the kitchen and teleports in front of him, blocking Snowball. 4 then locks the kitchen with a lock and lasers. 4 states that this will serve as a lesson to Snowball, Tennis Ball, and 2 before starting the intro by yelling 2's name. 2 recovers everyone who died during 4's wrath. They then say they have always wanted to try 4 and X's meal but probably never will, providing the challenge to prepare 2's dinner. Contestants must prepare a dish and present it to 2 by sunset. Stealing is allowed. 2 will then rank the food from 1 to 10, and the 2 teams with the lowest rankings will be up for elimination. Book suggests they should slay a dragon. Cake isn't sure about her plan, saying there aren't dragons around their area, but remembers the dragon their team encountered in the last episode. Cake then agrees to Book's plan. Say hello to the fan-favorite team song. Just not Journey. Yes. There's a song. For this team. Let's dance all together.
Our heroes set off on a Dragon's Guild quest. They've got until dinner with no time to rest.
A singer then provides a musical narration as Just Not starts their mission for the challenge. Nickel notices the narration, thinking it's cool. The singer then refers to the team as our brave heroes and Nickel, offended Nickel, and goes on about how they'll have a feast. Lightning acknowledges Just Not's plan to slay a dragon in surprise, but Black Hole recommends their team makes a simple meal. During this, Teardrop enters Tree's head unnoticed. Death Pact again heads into an abandoned gelatin steakhouse. Yellowface advertises by eating what implies to be grains of cereal, describing it as munchy, crunchy, punchy, slunchy goodness. Clock asks Yellowface what he's advertising, with him answering, one of the best-selling cereals at the Yellowface store. Winner suggests their team should make cereal for 2, with Vahva adding that they should use Yellowface's app powers to achieve the ingredients. A bright yellow background then fades in behind Yellowface as he begins advertising oats, rice, wheat, and a big bowl to mix things in, with imagery appearing, complimenting what he says. Clock then grabs the images of the oats, rice, wheat, and a big bowl, implying that the images were actual objects. Snowball encourages his team, saying they're not wimps, and that the others are babies. He plans that they should confront 4 head-on to steal their meals. However, Robot Flower disagrees with Snowball, telling him that 4 is catastrophically powerful, adding that they would have to deal with the lasers and lock to the kitchen too. Snowball tells Robot Flower he thought she could go through the lasers unaffected because her body is metal. But Basketball corrects his claim, saying Robot Flower isn't composed of the sturdiest metal. Basketball suggests someone on the team should eat a oil berry, turning one's bodily composition into oil metal, which would reflect the lasers. Basketball then instructs the team to go to her above ground factory, explaining that she has one of Golf Ball's bracelets, which transports one to Oiland, where oil berries are. Robot Flower carries the team to Basketball's above ground factory, but 4 spots them entering. Having suspicions that the team's plan relates to stealing their hotel dish, 4 follows them. Katie believes 2's challenge to make them dinner is literal, as in 2 is the dinner themselves. She suggests they put 2 in a soup, but Kuin interrupts, wanting to trap 2 between the slices of bread recycled from his sandwich disguise instead, believing someone said sandwich. Bark-Bag adds they should create traps to capture 2, for Coin's idea, and everyone approves. A montage begins of teammates attempting to trap 2, failing to do so in every one of them. Needle sets up a leaf pile trap, then walks away, telling herself she's out of ideas if this one doesn't trap 2. Golf Ball orders TV to search for the yummiest beloved foods in the Goiki region. TV answers with a dream berry, a variety of yoil berry that are apparently the tastiest berries and can be found only in their grasslands. Eraser and Pen celebrate, but TV explains that a lava flow that occurred in BFDI 14 destroyed most sources of the dream berry. Despite this unfortunate news for the team, TV states he has an advanced locator installed to locate a dream berry. TV then gains wheels and orders Pen to push him to find a berry. As Pen moves in, TV uses the warmer and colder game to signify to Pen how close they are to locate one. Tree expresses that the gelatin steakhouse therein looks very rundown. Black Hole explains that gelatin moving on to other chains has left this one abandoned. Lightning then says that a dirty kitchen is still a kitchen and activates a burner on the stove, accidentally igniting Marker. Black Hole saves Marker from dying by sucking up the fire, but Marker still receives burns on his body, which Lightning fascicles in disappointment of himself. Tree finds a box of 100 chocolate balls and asks if Two would like it. Suddenly, Teardrop exits Tree's head, steals the box, and escapes. Fanny exclaims, "I hate thieves!" In response, Lightning finds a dead fish in a freezer and throws it at Marker, catching it. Marker claims they can't use the fish for Two's dinner because it's deceased. Black Hole then gets confused if they should use the fish, even though their team's goal is to prevent death. The fish is already deceased. Marker then proposes they can turn the dead fish into a fish roll to honor its memory. Fanny then thanks the fish for its service. Are You Okay runs toward Golf Ball's underground factory, where TV guides them to locate a dream berry. Abruptly, a bunch of bugs climb out of a crack in the ground in front of the entrance. Golf Ball and Tennis Ball start crushing the bugs, with Golf Ball asking where the bugs are coming from. Tennis Ball answers that they're coming from the crack in the ground, and TV clarifies that the berry is also in there, explaining that the berry had survived the lava flow due to being lodged deep in the crack. As Tennis Ball and Golf Ball finish crushing the bugs, describing him and herself as leg-only-ers, she commands Eraser and Pen to extract the berry, with them being the only team members with arms and exemplifying them as arm-havers. Pen refuses, claiming their hands won't fit in the crack. But as a backup plan, he brought Golf Ball Shrinkatron so the team could shrink and go in to achieve the berry. Golf Ball tells Pen not to use the Shrinkatron as there is no reversal function, but gets interrupted with Pen shrinking the entire team. Golf Ball desperately asks how to undo this. Puffball responds by growing in size, explaining she can still adjust it. She says she will ask Two to undo the shrink. Golf Ball is relieved and tells her, "Finally, something useful for you to do." After Puffball finds the claim insulting, she changes her mind about helping her team and joyfully leaves, sarcastically wishing them good luck. Golf Ball panics, but Eraser mocks and tells her to get over it. He then instructs everyone to link with each other to get the berry. Teardrop runs out of Gelatin Steakhouse with a box of 100 chocolate balls. She then trips and falls, dropping it, causing 4 chocolate balls to roll out. She gets back up and gives the box to Two. As Two opens the box, he gets upset as the advertised 100 chocolate balls isn't accurate, as there are only 96 now. Two explains to Teardrop that she has until sunset to find the 4 missing chocolate balls. He then informs her that the chocolate balls roll forever, and that he wouldn't be surprised if one is in the evil forest by now. Panicking, Teardrop quickly runs off. Just not as in the evil forest. A chocolate ball bounces from the right to the left side of the screen, and Book asks if anyone saw it. The singer prompts the team to climb the mountain in the background, singing they shall face blight if they don't. Price Tag mentions Pillow defeating the dragon in the last episode, hoping they would change their mind. However, the singer repeats their prompt more forkedly, adding that the team won't ask more silly questions. Book suggests they follow what the singer says. Once they start climbing the mountain, the singer continues, narrating them walking up the mountain's endless staircase and crossing lava, reaching the top. Nickel questions why they obey the narration, thinking it's wasting their time. The singer then sings about the 2 slides from the top of the mountain, describing the left one as serene and the right leaving the team petrified. He says the choice is obvious, choosing the left slide to slide down, but the singer sings about them choosing the right instead, claiming it will train them to defeat the dragon. Just Not persists, while the singer repeats. With her third repeat, the singer begins shouting and forcing them to slide down the right one, and the team eventually gives in. As the team slides down the right slide, most scream in fear. Marker holds the fish wrapped in thread, still upset that it's dead. Black Hole then has this idea that they knew the fish is death. Lightning recalls seeing the inventions when the team explored Golf Ball's underground factory, saying that there might be one that can revive the fish. So as Death Pact again runs out of Gelatin's steakhouse, Tree trips and falls on a chocolate ball which enters his treehouse. Marker asks if Tree is okay, responding that his head feels funny. Are you okay, Links? With each other, with Pen at the end of the link trying to extract the green berry from the crack. Tennis Ball asks if anyone hears something, to which Cerror and Chocolate Ball knocks into the team, both falling in. The scene replays, where Teardrop chases the Chocolate Ball, fast assuming when it falls into the crack, then runs off. Golf Ball accepts the Chocolate Ball as part of their dish for 2. A bug then lands on the team. Fearing the bug will eat them alive in revenge, they escape the crack carrying the chocolate ball and green berry, while the bug chases them. As 10 points out, Death Pact again is running in the opposite direction. Golf Ball instructs the team to grab onto Tree's leg to climb into his tree house. After the team does just that, Eraser questions why there's another chocolate ball in the tree house. The strongest team on Earth is in Basketball's underground factory. Basketball orders Snowball to put on Golf Ball's transporting bracelet, get Jallabert from Yoilam and return immediately. 4 bangs on the door, demanding what the team's plans are. Basketball tells Snowball to wear the bracelet now. Snowball wears the bracelet, transporting him to Yoilam, grabs and eats a Jallabert, turning his body into Yoil Metal, then returns. 4 threatens to zap the team if they don't believe, then slams the door open. Basketball tells the team members to hide behind Snowball, then hides behind him too. She teasingly tells 4 to attack them. 4 zaps Snowball but is unaffected by it, to 4's surprise. He exits to the hall, continuing to zap Snowball while backing away as the team walks toward him. Basketball tells 4 to give up, and 4 says this is not how they should treat their chefs. Snowball says that no laser can stop them now. Despite this, 4 tells them their current plan is pointless, as they still don't have a key to unlock the kitchen, to which he reveals both he and X own one each. Ironically, Basketball immediately commands Delamassy to grab X and make him give them the key, with X standing at the opposite end of the hall. As Delamassy approaches, 4 tells him to run, but he levitates through the ceiling instead, still escaping. Just Not walks through the evil forest with grumpy, annoyed, and tired expressions except Pillow. The singer narrates the team as disheveled from riding the slide, now venturing through the forest to find the dragon's nest. The team then comes across an array of spikes. The singer sings about them thinking it's funny, then prompts the team to jump on the spikes in an attempt to murder the team. As Nickel realizes the intention, he angrily lets the singer know they're done using their lyrical guide and are now doing things their way. Nickel then tells Hook to let him use her Goiki map. As Hook opens up to her Goiki map, Nickel says they're seemingly close to the desert, then gets interrupted by the shadow of the dragon quickly passing by. Price Tag tells everyone to prepare themselves. Pillow greets the dragon, breathing fire in response. Price Tag then questions why the dragon is so angry. Ice Cube stirs the dish in a big bowl. She calls for oats, wheat, and rice, with other team members tossing those ingredients into the bowl. Yellowface says the making of the cereal is going well so far, but it's missing some oomph. He then spots a chocolate ball next to Rocky and asks if he can add it to the bowl. He signifies yes, but ends up slipping on the chocolate ball, throwing it into the air and over the bowl, vomiting into it as he was above. Yellowface asks Clock if the vomit is tasteable in the cereal, which confuses Clock, saying it clearly is as vomit is obviously visible. Winner then orders Bottle to catch the roll and chocolate ball Rocky tripped on. They claim that if they add the chocolate ball to the vomit, it will then dilute the vomit, meaning 2 won't taste it. Bottle chases the chocolate ball. Clark Vega rises behind a bush next to the leaf pile trap. She impatiently exclaims that it's been hours since the setting up of the trap, and considers two will walk into it soon. Bottle catches the chocolate ball, but accidentally falls into the trap. To get her team members to retrieve the chocolate ball, she tosses it out of the trap, but in the opposite direction of where her team is. Teardrop spots the chocolate ball and chases it. Needle rises behind the bush, upset that Bottle ruined the trap. Kuin proposes they use a prop sandwich for Two's dinner. Needle agrees, snatching the prop, running, then placing it on the ground. Belle and Grassy are on the hotel's 4th floor in the hallway. Belle asks where X could be. Grassy answers her by saying his name, pointing upward and hinting that X is on the roof. Both then rush up the stairs. Upon reaching the roof, they find X. Belle and Grassy start chasing X in circles, then X trips on a chocolate ball and falls, dropping his key. Belle and Grassy grab the key and run off. When Teardrop shows up for the chocolate ball, X greets her. He asks if the chocolate ball is hers and how it got to the roof. A flashback happens, where Teardrop chases the chocolate ball into the hotel, trying to catch the chocolate ball bouncing off the walls in the elevator and exiting onto the roof. X returns the chocolate ball to Teardrop and descends into the roof's floor. Clock runs, while shouting for Bottle, then finds her in the leaf trap. Bottle explains that she tossed the chocolate ball out of the trap, but it rolled away. Clock is upset that the chocolate ball rolled away. He notifies the rest of his team members that they will stick with the vomit cereal, which Rocky vomits on him in response. Clock tells Ice Cube to package the meal to give to Two. Death Pact again is at Golf Ball's underground factory, with Tree searching through a pile of inventions. Black Hole asks Tree if he found anything to revive the fish. Tree says there's nothing in terms of a revival Maktone machine. Fanny asks if Tree is good, concerned about his sudden speech impediment. Tree says yes but tells her that his head feels weird. Tree then finds the time reversal ray. Lightning tells him to test it on Marker to see if it eludes his burns earlier from Gelatin's Steakhouse. As Tree uses the time reversal ray on Marker, he claims to feel younger by the second. Suddenly, Marker briefly re-experiences being on fire, screaming in pain. He then gets his burns reversed. Fanny then orders Tree to use the time reversal ray on the fish. Tree uses it on the fish, reviving it. Lightning then boasts about how good they are at preventing death to the point that they're undoing death. Lightning, Marker, Tree, and Black Hole do a celebratory dance. The scene then zooms into Tree's treehouse, where Are You OK screams and runs, in fear of getting crushed by the chocolate balls, bouncing from Tree's movement. Ken tells Golf Ball not to exclude Puffball next time. Golf Ball tells him to save the shaming later and instead focus on dodging the bouncing chocolate balls. Fanny hates wasting time and tells everyone to go ahead with a fish roll. The fish bites Marker, to which Marker scolds it. Let me tell you one thing. Why couldn't they have this revival machine in Teapot 4 after Cake poured the cursed water in the plant? Because we wanted to team his team instead of the fallen team. Teardrop by doing this. Let Nelly get into the hotel quick and get a revival machine and shoot the blimp with it. But no. This season hates us and they love Teardrop rather than their fans. This is so disgusting. Just not scream as they encounter the dragon except for Pillow. Brooke encourages everyone that they can defeat the dragon. Then Pillow throws Cake at the dragon. In the air, Cake says to tell everyone he died in a really cool way. The dragon then shards Cake with its fire breath but accidentally swallows him. It then collapses on the ground, seemingly dead. Bryce Tag says they can grind the dragon up for Stu with a few more hits. However, Lumpy says he's played enough of Goiki's Dragons as the healer to know the dragon was mad because it's in pain and choking. Pillow says she doesn't care as she's about to ignite Lumpy's fuse with a lit match. Nickel stops Pillow by kicking her with her body, putting out the fire resulting in burns. Pillow says ouch but says cool after, possibly embracing the burns on her body. Nickel then orders Lumpy to do what he has to do and that he trusts him. Lumpy runs toward the dragon and climbs onto its chest. He tells it what he's doing will only hurt for a second. then, Lumpy stomps on the dragon's chest, causing Cake's corpse and a chocolate ball to eject from its throat, making the dragon conscious again. Hook concludes that the dragon must swallow the chocolate ball that bounced into the forest earlier, which is why it was mad. Lumpy waves bye to the dragon, and the dragon waves back as it flies away. Pillow says they shouldn't kill the dragon, saying they have nothing else to give to for dinner. Lumpy tells her they should use Cake's remains for Two's dinner, saying the burns should make it tasty. Hook adds the chocolate ball on top as decoration. Nickel accepts that they'll have to work with what they have, then tells the team to turn in their dish. Two announces to everyone with a megaphone that it's almost dinner time as the sun sets. Death Pact again approaches Two, and Tree notifies him. Two asks Tree if he's doing okay due to him not seeming well. Tree says yes but tells him that his head feels funny. As Tree realizes there are people in his tree house, he aggressively shakes his head, launching "Are you okay?" with the 2 chocolate balls and cream berry. Two resizes the team to normal midair, and Puffball resizes herself bigger. "Are you okay?" then lands on Puffball. Golfball apologizes to Puffball for her behavior, and Puffball forgives her. Teardrop grabs the 2 chocolate balls, launched out of Tree's tree house. Tree asks "Are you okay?" if they were inside his tree house all day. Pillow introduces her team's dish, then Fanny angrily asks if she killed Cake. Snowball is in front of the lasers that are blocking the kitchen entrance. Bell and Brassy approach him with a key. Snowball grabs it, goes through the lasers, unlocks the kitchen, and steals a meal. The strongest team on Earth then rushes out of the hotel, Snowball shoving X out of their way. X calls to 4 that the team is stealing their meal. 4 then zaps Snowball, causing him to leap forward, bumping into Pillow. Cake's remains get knocked out of Pillow's hands, resulting in the chocolate ball rolling away. Pillow picks Cake's remains back up. Pillow teases 4, saying that he should get better aim. 4 then attempts to zap Pillow, but Pillow dodges the zap. The zap instead hits 2, launching him and landing on a bread slice. Pin places another bread slice on top of him. 2 panics and questions what's happening, Katie responding that they made him dinner in a literal sense. 2 finds this very amusing, ranking the team a 10 out of 10. Teardrop finds the 100th chocolate ball and gives 2 the completed box of 100 chocolate balls. 2 immediately swallows all the chocolate balls at once but complains about some being dirty, ranking her a 7 out of 10. It's not over yet. There's more. Golf Ball presents the free berry to 2. He first judges the berry as small, dusty, and in poor condition. When 2 eats it, it exceeds his judgmental expectations, ranking "Are you okay?" an 8 out of 10. Yellowface advertises his team's vomit cereal, asking if they ever wanted to eat a cereal that tastes like vomit, and gives it to 2. 2 tries the cereal and acknowledges the taste is very accurate to vomit, experiencing displeasure, but adds they still enjoy same foods. They then ask the S what they used to make it. Clock reveals it's actual vomit. 2 screams in disgust off screen while the S frowns, except for Rocky. 2 complains that they made him eat vomit, giving the S a 1 out of 10. Really? A 1 out of 10? Why couldn't you do that in TPOT 3? Or better yet, disqualify "Are you okay?" and Teardrop for what they did to teammates. Anyways, we have one last chance to let TD up for elimination. Snowball gives 2 4 an exit food. 2 eats the entire thing, including the bag. Snowball tells 2 the food was inside the bag, but 2 says they love the whole thing, claiming that the bag was their favorite part, and give the strongest team on Earth a 9 out of 10. Pillow tells 2 that they still need Cake remains, but 2 doesn't want him and claims they will probably have a low score. Pillow tells 2 that will hurt Cake's feeling, causing 2 to awkwardly give just not a 3 out of 10. Unbelievable! Means the most infuriating team Teardrop is safe again, because of Sakome Inatsu's greedy excuse. Blame her for writing for their favorite team. Because Teardrop can be the next team plan, and just not for every team who loves their own teams.
And I see you got all the chocolate balls. Yum. Ugh, some are dirty. 7 out of 10. Who's next?
2, we've got a dream berry. Please enjoy.
Small, a little dusty, and looks a little worse for wear. But oh so delicious. 8 out of 10. Great job, folks.
Have you ever wanted a cereal that tastes like vomit? Then have some Vomitos.
You got it. Wow. It really looks like vomit. And tastes like vomit. But I'm a sucker for themed food. What did you use to make it?
No tricks. It's just actual vomit.
Ah! You made me eat vomit, guys. I don't know. A 1? Come on.
Here's 4 and X's yummy lunch. Oh, the food was inside the bag.
I love the whole thing, though the bag might have actually been my favorite part. 9 out of 10.
You still have to eat our team member, too.
We had a chocolate ball as decoration, but apparently those weren't to share.
Wait, this is our friend Cake. I can't eat him, guys. Might be a low score.
Ah, that'll hurt his feelings.
Oh, I'm sure he tastes delicious. 3 out of 10 for being a sweet guy.
Every single team is up for elimination.
Except for the
notorious
Teardrop.
It's not even freaking funny. And I'm tired. I'm just tired of their lazy
goals.
Because it's greed. Because of their monopoly on
Teardrop,
the only
solo team
in town. Still, after all of these years, this season still doesn't do any of that
crap. The last team to get their food judged as death act against Fish Hole. Black Hole suggested not to eat the fish because they brought it back to life. 2 is puzzled by the fact that the fish is alive and is suddenly eaten whole by the fish. It takes 9 days for 2 to get out of the fish, but he gets devoured again. 15 more days pass before 2 gets out again with a fish's head caged as a safety measure. 2 did not like being eaten, which sets Death Act again a 2 out of 10, placing the team in the bottom 2 with the S, which puts them up for elimination. This episode is the best ever of the year so far, but it's not as good as TPOT 1. Phil and Golf Ball are out on the grasslands. Phil asks Golf Ball if they can ransack food from 4 and X's kitchen now that it's night. She thinks about it for a few seconds. Cut to X and 4 guarding the kitchen, with contestants charging from left to right, attempting to steal food but to no avail. Golf Ball, Tennis Ball, Eraser, Pen, Pointy, Pin, Needle, Ice Cube, Rocky, Yellow Face, Teardrop, Hook, Zombie, Puffball, Nickel, Donut, and TV are quickly zapped by X as Bell, Winner, Clock, Grassy, Basketball, Robot Flower, Bark Bag, Pillow, Price Tag, Cake, Katie, Marker, Lightning, Fanny, and Tree are rapidly mutilated by 4. Once they finish their work, they stand there for a few seconds before the screen fades to black. Remember when I said about Yellowface should dug the canal? It doesn't matter, because Winner has got killed by 4. Even if that happened, Winner got killed anyways. I should have sent 4 to Madagascar. Because once you get mutilated, you died, and once you get zapped, you won't die.
You reckon now that it's nighttime we could rob 4 and X's kitchen?
Oh, you just mutilated Winner, the one of a kind.
Now you're gonna go to Madagascar with the lemur?
What? No, I don't think it left a mark or anything.
Yeah. One more thing, if they did that to the failed computers, you know that I'm gonna do with these guys.
Yeah.
Now, we have pros and cons. Let's start with the pros in TPOT 5. 1. The only failed computer is back, somehow. It's non-existy. Right next to the forgotten evil Lithium course gave us flashbacks in BFDI 18. 2. Looks like Pillow helped the challenge. And so does Lightning. 3. Price Tag has finally streamed cleanly. And finally we get to see Price Tag's death since TPOT 2, which is the episode that killed TPOT. 4. The fish monster is back since years ago, and I tried to bring it back to since spring 2022. 5. Tears from Health Eraser. That's weird. 6. Tears from Can't Swim by turning herself into a face. This gave me an idea. 7. Death Act again can actually breath by making these silly sounds, rather than wearing a scuba outfit. 8. TV can now finally speak. And 9. Ice Cube has voice lines in the previous years. And now, let's talk about the cons in TPOT 5. 1. The disappointment never solves the mystery, and I hope it's the hotel. You know what I'm talking about. 2. Recovery Center's unknown work still doesn't solve the mystery. My guess is a limitless recovery center, I hope. 3. The exiters never seem to return. 4. Since Teardrop refuses to be up for elimination this season, has done on purpose, because every team, especially that everyone likes, is up for elimination, except for the team that people wanted to be up for elimination, Teardrop. It's not even funny. And 5. Winner, the one-of-a-kind contestant, has died. Anticlimactic, I know. Yellowface should dug the canal and winner could have recovered just like TPOT 2. But no, how tragic that was.
I can't take it any longer! That good-for-nothing hair must die! Hair! Die! Hair die! That's a joke, son! Went right past ya! Rest in peace, Cabot!
Oh, I guess they died!
Bottle, clock, Ice Cube, Rocky, winner.
It's fitting, Mel.
Why not?
How are your tears flowing inside the bottle?
I am so sorry.
Now let's talk about pros in TPOT 6. 1. The legend waves that the failed computers like Rubber, Spatula, and Disky are back. Hooray. They're back. They brought back Rubber and Disky. They're back.
They finally
brought back the failed computers.
After all of these years, after all of my complaining and screaming, they
brought back the failed computers.
There's no do-rag guy. Where's the do-rag guy? You remember how the do-rag guy?
They brought back the failed computers. 2. At least the exiters are mentioned here. 3. 4 and X have been returned since TPOT 1. 4. Just not have this amazing song called Just Not's Journey. 5. TV can move with his wheels. 6. Grassy got zapped, which was predictable to me. 7. Phil yawned for half a second, that's another predictable moment. She feels bored, not tired. 8. Tree and his tree house in his brain. And 9. 2 and scream cleanly. No matter if it's off screen or not. And now finally, let's talk about cons. We knew that they finally fixed one of these flaws, but the Exiters Recovery Center's mystery word, a mystery and disappointing elimination place and Teardrop, who refused to be up for elimination, are still have the same flaws, and if this solo team, Teardrop splits or adds a teammate, I have to admit that this season is worse than BFDI.
Look, when even
shows
isn't buying your marketing hook, line, and sinker anymore, you know you've outworn your welcome.
Rejected disqualification from ReOK and Teardrop in TPOT 3
is basically a failing fucking grade. It is the worst they could give it. When you own the
5th season of Battle for Dream Island,
and your focus is adding everything but
Exiters with teams like Strongest Team, Death Pact, ReOK, Teammates, VS, Just Not in Teardrop.
Your priorities are laid bare for everyone to see. Let go of this if you can't do it right.
When this season comes out this disappointing for the failed unit fanbase,
the state of things are unacceptable. The final verdict for TPOT is a 2! A 2 out of 10!
Oh, I get it, 'cause you're 2!
And I don't even know if it's better than
BFDI.
It might be worse in its current buggy state. I have no hope for this season until it is completely rebuilt. It is time for TPOT to stop coasting by on that Teardrop name and off the backs of desperate
failed users and Just Not
fans who have no other freaking choice.
These are the 4 flaws and that's it. Here's the things that should have been improved. Number 1, if the failed debuters have been returned, the exiters should return next time. Number 2, my guess was the Limitless Recovery Center. Hopefully that in TPOT 7 I'm right. Number 3, the elimination place is a 50-50 chance that it'll be disappointing, or it could be in a hotel. I might take things back, since TPOT 2. Number 4, Teardrop should up for elimination at some point. Because people are tired of this solo team annoying every team thanks to Satomi's cringy solo team request. Number 5, and yes, winner died. Means there's no more contestants who competed TPOT without dying once. TPOT 5 and 6 were decent enough, but TPOT 6 is much better, because it has more failed debuters than TPOT 5. None of these 2 episodes have the exiters return, none of these episodes reveal the word for the recovery center, none of these episodes takes us to 50-50 disappointing elimination place, and worst of all, none of these episodes have Teardrop being up for elimination. Well, that's all for now. And if you have noticed, some leaked pictures about the exiters in TPOT 6 was a complete lie. What do you think when TPOT 7 comes out? Is it finally better than the rest of the episodes? Will Teardrop finally be up for elimination? Will the exiters finally appear? Will the recovery center finally reveal the unknown word? Find out when TPOT 7 premieres! This is Object 336 Tetris 909, signing off. Bye.